This is Real Estate Radio. The Erik Hatch team is highly motivated, innovative, and knowledgeable for all things real estate. This is Real Estate Radio.
Good morning, listening audience. Thanks so very much for tuning into Real Estate Radio this morning. I'm your host, Erik Hatch of Hatch Realty. If you ever want to stop by and see us, I encourage you to swing on over. 1205 16th Avenue South is our address. We're the corner of University Drive and 16th Avenue South. So if you're over at Bernie's Liquors or CJ's Kitchen or Luna Coffee, stocking up, filling up, getting ready for Thanksgiving, why don't you come on over across the street and visit us at Hatch Realty? We'd love to see you. At the top of the hour, I want to scream and shout at what's happening in our industry right now. There are, no joke, about 700 realtors in town. Fairly normal, up from what it was last year and the year before. Obviously, people are excited about the real estate industry, and so the last number I've heard is that it's around 700. It could be north or south of that, but it's a pretty close estimation. And on the market as of this morning, there were 982 homes for sale. Holy cow, what an abundance of realtors and a lack of inventory right now. So if you're out there and if you've listened to Real Estate Radio over and over again, or if you're gearing up for the winter months saying, I'm gonna buckle in before I decide to sell my house, I want to talk to you about the opportunity that presents itself. If you want to sell your house right now because of the lack of inventory, chances are there's going to be more than one buyer who's going to be excited about your house. Just based upon numbers, I can promise you there's more than 982 buyers in the market right now, but there's only 982 homes for sale. And that's not just Fargo Moorhead, West Fargo. That's the entire surrounding area, rural communities included. So if you own a home right now, you are actually sitting on a gold mine. Don't think about what's going to happen if you're going to move up, because if you move up, you're going to find out that there's added inventory over the $200,000 mark. With our average sales price in the Fargo Moorhead area being around $190,000, we find that a third of our inventory is priced around that. But 2/3 of our inventory, if you're going to move up, is priced over the $190,000 mark. That's great news for those of you who want to make the move because interest rates are still low. You can jump on board and get more house for the same price, if maybe even less than what you're dealing with right now. So if you're sitting on this gold mine and you want to know what your home is worth because maybe, just maybe, you want to take advantage of this incredible market we have, give us a call, 369-4839, or head to livefargomoorhead.com. But first things first, let's find out what's happening with real estate news this week.
How much is an offer you can't refuse? Apparently about $2.9 million. That's the asking price for the Staten Island house used in the exterior shots of the Corleone home in The Godfather, including the film's iconic opening wedding scene. The house was last sold 2 years ago for $1.7 million, but has had a complete gut renovation of the interior since then. The exteriors of the English Tudor home were left unchanged. Before that sale, the house had been owned for decades by the same family, the family that owned it when the 1972 movie was filmed there. And that's what's making real estate news this week. You're listening to Erik Hatch with Real Estate Radio.
Breaking in, shaping up. Holy cow, I'm tickled as always to have my good friend in studio with us, Mr. Brian Johnson of Valley Mortgage. So good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Erik. Thanks for having me.
You got it. We were talking off air, and I think it's important to note exactly what's happening right now in terms of money. Even our producer, Dan, said, why is gas so low right now? Well, oil prices are down.
Right.
The market's strong right now for people who are investing. Fair to say?
That is fair to say.
Okay.
I heard gas was going to go below $2 a gallon.
No way.
Yeah.
I feel like you're lying to me now, Brian.
No.
That's fine. You got a unicorn and some. And
I heard it
too?
on the radio, so it must be true.
That's right. Well, let's talk about houses, and let's talk about interest rates, and let's talk about exciting times. Here we are. It's just about Thanksgiving. It's too late to buy a house this year, isn't it, Brian?
No, not at all. We've got what do we have? About 45 days left in the year.
Something like that. And people can still get in and buy a house right now?
We can. Typically, we can turn things around within 30 to 45 days.
So that's a huge opportunity because there's a tax benefit to buying a house, isn't there?
Definitely there is. Yep. Your interest is deductible. Property taxes are deductible. So it's a great time to buy.
So somebody could jump on board right now and benefit their taxes if they're sitting on some cash.
Absolutely. Yep.
But most people aren't that opportunistic and aren't going to jump right now. But I bet people out there in the listening audience are thinking about making a move maybe this spring or this summer. What would you say to them?
Yep, I would say now is a good time to take a look at what you qualify for, get a plan, put a plan in place for 3 to 6 months down the road, even longer if you think there's some issues on, say, your credit or your job. There's a lot of people that are self-employed that maybe started self-employment less than 2 years ago. So it's a good time to get in and kind of plan things out so that you can take advantage of the opportunities when you're ready.
Right, and I even have a client who we lined up with you, Brian, and he's looking to buy, started a business almost 2 years ago. We arranged it for him so he could get, it's about a 6-month purchase agreement on the house because he needed to wait for his tax year to renew. So he put out there a 6-month purchase agreement, but did it work?
Yep, it did, actually. We put enough time out there in order for him to file taxes next year, and then we'll have 2 years of tax returns in order to use his income.
So let me paraphrase that for people who don't speak nerdery like Brian and myself. What I'm trying to point out is that even if now's not the right time for you, maybe credit-wise, or maybe if you are newly employed or if you are self-employed and haven't been employed long enough, we can oftentimes fundangle for you the right kind of situation so you can jump on board and take full advantage of it. You can find the house that you want today and maybe not close for 6 months. There are ways in which we can make this work. Again, in studio with us, Brian Johnson of Valley Mortgage, and we're talking about the excitement of buying and selling a house. Brian, what's going to happen with people right now if they don't have hardly any cash to put down? What are their options?
You know, we do have first-time homebuyer programs available that allow for down payment assistance. If you're looking to buy outside the area of Fargo Moorhead, West Fargo, Dilworth, there's USDA program which allows for no money down. VA financing, we're doing a lot of that. There's a lot of veterans that are in the area that have served and may not be aware that there's benefits out there for them. The VA allows no money down also.
And no mortgage insurance, correct?
Correct, exactly.
So VA rates, and this is roughly because it changes minute by minute and day by day, VA rates are under 4% right now, right?
They are. They're actually closer to the mid to low 3s, actually.
So, and that's for a 30-year mortgage.
Correct.
So if you're a veteran, you can get into a house, no money down, and no PMI, which means an added $100 to $150 a month in your payment, correct?
Correct. It's one of the best loans out there available. So.
Oh, my gosh. Those who are veterans, boy, we would love to get you into housing because you've done such a great job of serving this country and taking care of our community. And I love that our government has set it up so that we can benefit them in the housing industry. But let's say, Brian, that somebody has an incredible credit score. They have a credit score of 760, 770, 780, but they don't have a ton of cash to put down. How can they possibly benefit from no mortgage insurance and still get into a great loan?
We have a great program out there where if you can come up with 5% down, and that can be a gift, it can be secured borrowed funds, say from a vehicle. A lot of people I've seen lately borrowing from their 401k or retirement.
Sure.
Mom and dad or a relative will give them a gift. If they come up with 5% down, typically if you take, it's usually an eighth to a quarter over what the market rate is, then it allows for no monthly mortgage insurance. So it ends up saving customers anywhere from $80 to $100 a month on their purchase.
For 30 years.
For 30 years, yeah.
$80 to $100 a month for 30 years. That's $1,200 a year. Let me do my quick math. That's $36,000 over the life of a loan.
Yep, and it will help them qualify for more too. So if they're looking to get into a home, especially maybe new construction, it'll help them qualify for a larger home that maybe they wouldn't qualify for otherwise.
Especially because those dreaded specials are out there, right?
They are, yes.
So, Brian, who else offers this in town, or is this kind of a specialized thing that Valley Mortgage gets to offer?
You know, I'm not sure. I know that we've been doing it for quite a few years now. So
we've just heard feedback from clients who've had a chance to work with you, and they have raved at not only your service, but what you can offer as well for programs. So if you're out there shopping, there's a lot of great mortgage lenders out there, and I'm convinced Brian Johnson is certainly one of them. So, Brian with Valley Mortgage, how can people find you? How can they reach you?
Visit us online at valleymortgageinc.com or call my office at 461-8450.
The wonderful, the dashing, the debonair Brian Johnson, thanks so very much. Hatch. Stick around after the break. We have a lot more coming up. But while you have a couple minutes, head to livefargomoorhead.com. Check out some current homes on the market and find out what your house is worth. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch.
Stick around. More Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch after this.
Don't survive.
This is Real Estate Radio. The Erik Hatch team is highly motivated, innovative, and knowledgeable for all things real estate. This is Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch, and 'tis the season to be giving. I love charitable giving. I love a community that takes care of one another. And one of the things that I want to applaud for the next couple of minutes are the efforts of our very own Deanne Mason. She's a realtor here in town, and she started a few years ago the Realtor Ring Day. Of course, when you're visiting local establishments, you'll find a lot of people out ringing for the Salvation Army. It's a great way to support one of the best ministries and outreaches here in town. And Deanne decided, you know what, we as realtors should be giving back and we should be getting involved. And so, bless her heart, she created the Realtor Ring Day. Not only did it catch fire here in the Fargo Moorhead area, but it has spread across our great state of North Dakota and Minnesota, but it's now in 30 states. What a huge movement. What a great way for a spark to set fire to something big. And so if you are interested in this Realtor Ring Day, of course, we want you to give charitably and we want you to give at all times, at all purposes as you can. But December 5th, if you go out to any local establishment, you're going to find it inundated with realtors. You can track us down. You can choose to give then. Or if you want to give in advance, we'd love your support at fmrealtor.com. You can donate now, and all the money you donate goes towards our December 5th give day. So to Deanne Mason, boy, I applaud the heck out of your efforts. Thanks for taking great care of people in this community and for having a giving heart. In addition, there's great other ways for you to give throughout the holiday season. I want to talk to you very briefly. It has nothing to do with real estate or houses, but it's a movement that really seems to have captured my heart. The idea of the Advent conspiracy is upon us. You hear all the time of how much money is given in gifts and that sort of thing throughout the holiday season. This statistic is from a couple years ago, but I had heard that the amount of money that we spend on charitable giving, the amount of money that we spend on donating gifts to people for our family, for everything else, when we give these gifts, if we took that money and donated it, we would solve all the clean water issues in the entire world for one Christmas. We give billions and billions of dollars in gifts to our families, and we give sweaters, and we give socks, and we give Hillshire Farms delicious spicy meats, and we give all these other wonderful gifts that really are a great way to say Merry Christmas to somebody. But I often wonder, and I say this as a man of faith, I often wonder if that's what we're called to all the time, is to celebrate this Advent season by giving gifts to people who are already blessed. Consider maybe tweaking what you give and how you give this holiday season. And one of the best ways to do so is with the Advent conspiracy. Go online, Google it, and you'll find out a little bit more about what has my heart. But this giving is dastardly important, and I encourage you to look into it. Advent Conspiracy is what it's called, and God bless your giving efforts. And if you're choosing not to, that's okay as well. There's a lot of great charitable organizations that will thrive with or without your gifts. But what we're hoping is that you take on the attitude of gratitude and make a difference in this world. It's time now for the Erik Hatch team's picks of the week here on Real Estate Radio. Each week, my team and I talk about these incredible deals in the market that you shouldn't skip out on. And I want to start in North Fargo, 3244 Longfellow Road, just up in the Longfellow School District, one of the best areas of town. And this house does not disappoint. The price has just been reduced to $235,000, practically giving this house away because it offers a sea of amenities, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 garage stalls, incredible fenced backyard, beautiful character, remodeled kitchen. I could go on and on and on, but instead you should just buy it. I know it seems a bit blunt when I say it like that, but really it's an incredible home, and for the price and the neighborhood, it can't be beat. $235,000 for this home. Now, I want to talk about a great property out in Elizabeth, Minnesota, 15592 County Highway 10. Elizabeth is close to Fergus Falls and outside of Rothsay. For $374,900, you're going to find one of the most beautiful homes I have ever listed. Honest to goodness, this home's character, this home's ability to ooh and ah and wow some people doesn't go unnoticed. It's a beautiful old farmstead that's been completely renovated, and you got to go online to Live Fargo Moorhead to look at these pictures. Set up a showing with us because, honest to goodness, if you don't mind a little drive or if you want to live out in the country, this should be the house for you. Finally, I have a couple great houses in South Fargo, 2326 25th Avenue South and 2001 29th Avenue South. Both just hit the market, and they have some really great potential here. $205,000 and $195,000. Both houses are split-level homes, offering a lot of bedrooms, a lot of bathrooms, and a lot of wow. If location is king, you should put a crown on these two houses because they are superb. Now, we have a lot more listings besides the two I just spoke of and the other two I had mentioned, so don't waste any more time. Go to livefargomoorhead.com to check out these houses or give us a call to have your own home featured at 369-4839. I'm being told we are running out of time, and I can't help but get a chance to share with you. If you didn't see today's paper, the Forum came out with their annual Best of for the Red River Valley. And for the second year in a row, you all have voted me as the best realtor in the Red River Valley. So I want to say thank you. What an incredible honor and a great thing that I get a chance to share with my whole team. When you recognize me, it's easy to say thank you, but I get to say all the accolades are deserving for my team. I surround myself with the most talented, hardworking, motivated, passionate, and compassionate people I can possibly find to take great care of our clients. And this is no exception this year. So thank you for giving us this recognition of Best Realtor, because it's something I get to share with my whole team. Now, we got recognized for two other things as well. We didn't come in first. This one we came in second place, and that's for Best Real Estate Company. I am so excited about that one because Hatch Realty's only been open since January. Really, we've been open 10 and a half months at this point, and you recognize us as the number 2 best real estate company in town. That's an incredible accolade because we are, at this point, a small business working our way up to be a bigger business. And that brings me to the final point of we were recognized as the number 3 best small business to work for in the area. What a cool thing. We were the only real estate company nominated. And on top of that, the other 2 companies that had finished ahead of us are Discovery Benefits and Sundog, 2 actual not small businesses but large businesses in this area that deserve a lot of accolades. So what great company to be included in. Also, congrats to Park Company for finishing number 1 as the best real estate company. And it is just such a great honor to have this recognition from you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Do me a favor, though, as you have a few extra minutes, head to livefargomoorhead.com, learn a bit about our team, maybe what makes us so special, and the specialness that we have certainly comes from the great people in which I get to work with. So livefargomoorhead.com or give us a call to find out what your home is worth today at 369-4839. And thanks so very much for listening to Real Estate Radio this morning. I've been your host, Erik Hatch, on the Mighty 790.
'Cause I'm gonna make this place yours.